impromptu live stream. My man Dakota DM me. He said, "Let's go live. Let's BS." I said, "Okay, give me 10 minutes." And here we sit. So we have. I mean, unless you have something specific to talk about, I don't really have anything specific. So if chat's got something, or you got a hot take ready to rock and roll right out the
I mean,
gate.
you pinged me. You said, "Hey, let's go live," and I said, "Whatever you want to talk about, man. We could do that."
That's I could show. I have share screen capabilities, and I have the receipts. I've been busy as hell, man. I had 2 straight weekends. 2 weeks ago I was at the Midwest Monster, and then this past weekend I was in Charlotte for Comic Con. So it's been burning
Comic Con,
candle at
that
both
where
ends.
people will dress up and do weird things to each other. That's
I
what
mean,
that
they
is.
dressed up. I don't know that they did weird things to each other, but
Oh, okay.
Comic Con was weird. I'm gonna do a video on this, I think, for Friday, but it was such a different vibe from a card show. Like such a different vibe.
Like how so?
There's little to no trading, so you don't have people walking around. You don't have pelicans walking around everywhere.
Real fast. When you say Comic Con, is that? I mean, you're talking about trading. Is it just comics? Is that what is that the currency on the floor?
So this was the second largest Comic Con on the East Coast behind New York City Comic Con. It was probably the size.
You did not answer my question. I'm
getting there. Okay. A third of it was comics. A third of it was artists. Actually, probably 2/3 were comics. A third was artists, and then a little bit of toys mixed in, like pops, like Funko Pops, and just like Marvel Legends, Star Wars Black Series, like stuff like that. But yeah,
when you
it was
say
primarily
toys, it's not sex toys.
No.
Okay, well, you say Comic Con. I don't know, man. I don't know with all these weird things out there. So
no, but like trading's like not really. I mean, people like had like a couple things they were looking to trade, but that really wasn't. You don't have people walking around with. Not everyone's carrying a case. Most people that are carrying stuff are taking it for artists to sign.
It's trading. It was comics, not it was sexual related.
Correct.
Okay.
Comics.
Yes. Okay.
I don't think you. Yeah.
That's where the furries go, right? To the Comic Cons.
No,
that's not what happens. No. Are you sure? I thought that's what happens at Comic Cons. You get your Trekkies and your furries, and you have an intergalactic battle or something. No, that's not what happens. Nope. Okay. Did you buy anything? Did you pick anything up?
Yeah, that video is dropping tomorrow. I bought 4 CGC slabs. I spent like I don't even know, like $3,000 plus, I think.
Yeah. And any of them worth mentioning?
I posted on them on IG. Hold on, I have them sitting here with their buried under shit. The biggest one, my CIS policy is up for renewal. Do you have a CIS policy?
Insurance, no.
Ooh. You should get one.
Nah, if it burns, I'll start over. It'll be fun.
Worth every penny. Yeah, but with what? At least now I'll start over with a check.
A hustle.
This is the biggest one. This X-Men 4.
Why does Magneto look like a gorilla?
I don't know, because it's from 1964.
Well, they didn't know how to draw back then, or what?
No, I guess not. But this first appearance of Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch, the crazy lady in Doctor Strange who tried to kill everybody?
Yep. Spoilers, jeez.
Spoilers. The movie's been in movie theaters for 87 months, I think. So who cares?
Just Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, but it was in theaters for 8 years before that.
That's like 8 months, but sure.
Okay, I mean, fair enough. Yeah. All right, let's talk about what everyone wants to know. The Browns got boned by the Texans. How does that make you feel?
I mean, I kind of knew that right from the beginning.
I don't understand what the Browns were doing. And now everyone's doing – I don't understand how the media reacts to all this. Now they're all doing this deep dive into the Deshaun Watson contract and all this. But guys, we've known about this for months.
Like this was a dumb deal the second that they made it. I mean, I remember we talked right when it happened because you were actually, still actually producing content at that point in time. And I – like on the field, cool. Like I should be super excited about this, and I can't even get excited about my own football team, which is a Browns fan. You think I'd be used to that?
Yeah, it sucks. And today, a lot of stuff came up that Baker, I guess he's doing a football camp in OU, and they're like, "Hey, would you come play for the Browns if Deshaun's suspended for a year?" And he's like, "Nah, I'm good, thanks."
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So it's going to be the Jacoby Brissett show.
The brisket show, baby. Let's go.
We're gonna have some brisket. We're gonna have some brisket, and we're gonna have what else are we gonna have? I don't know.
It's just gonna be brisket.
You know, we can run polls now.
Yeah, I think we could before. If you had YouTube up on the side, you could always run a poll.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. I just figured that out the other day.
What's up, Bravos and Imperk and everybody else? I don't know, man.
All's here. Jeez. Ziggy, sports cards, whatever.
What? Show me Tube Nachos. Tube Nachos says he doesn't like SCA. That SCA guy's a real fucking dickbag. Yeah, screw that guy.
2 minutes. I don't know. Most people will like you, to be fair. Are you going to the Dallas show next month? Or this month? Or I guess next month?
No. I want to, but I'm not going.
I know you missed the last one and you were supposed to go.
Yeah, I had COVID last time. This time, well, the reason I was going to the last one and not this one is because I have a family vacation during this one. That's why I was trying to make the May one. But then my wife gave me COVID, so
what are you gonna do?
What can you do?
I'm curious what the Dallas vibes will be this time around.
I think it's still going to be popping, man. Dallas is always popping. No matter what the market's doing, it's crowded. Dallas is a great city, kind of similar to Chicago, where it's just convenient for a lot of different people. And there's not that many shows in the Texas area, so I think people go to. I mean, we make the move for Dallas a lot of times. I mean, I try to go to Dallas 3 times a year. I mean, because it's a great show, like it's worth it. And I think Dallas will be popping, regardless.
I'll still be curious to see if people actually want to spend cash, though. Like I know the show will be busy. I'll just be curious to see if people actually want to spend or not.
I hear you talking about this all the time. I don't know what to make of it. Man, when I go to a card show, I bring cash. That's what I spend. That's what people take is cash. What do you bring, like chocolate chip cookies? What do they take there?
I bring Baker Mayfield slabs.
Oh, Baker Mayfield. Yeah, in Cleveland they might take those. The rest of these shows that ain't going.
That currency is not good universally.
I heard they might be good in Seattle soon, but that's about it.
So when's the Davis Mills pump and dump start?
What's up, Charles? Man, I'm all on the Davis Mills train. I've been watching a lot of Texans camp stuff, and they're pretty high on Mills. And let me tell you right now, the Texans writers they're not like pie in the sky people. They're just like they're usually pretty critical of shit. So they're pretty high on. I wouldn't say they're high on Davis Mills, but he seems to be doing really well. I'm pretty excited for my Texans this year. Not like playoff or championship, but if they just take a step in the right direction, it's going to be huge because, we have our picks and we have also all of your picks for the next 2 years. So
yeah, and those are looking pretty spicy right now. Did you see Mr. Charles Fuchs, a.k.a. Stacking Gems, is the winner of Steve's National giveaway?
He did not. Come on.
He won last night.
All right, Charles, send me my money back, son of a bitch.
Dakota's revoking his donation to the to the Charles Fuchs getting drunk in Atlantic City with Steve and
the fix is in. Yeah, if you don't send me my money back, at least have the most expensive shot you can find one time on me.
Jeez, all 3 of us are going to be in the same hotel. I told Steve prepare for alcohol poisoning right now.
Yeah, it's going to be wild. Where is everyone flying in for the National? What airport?
Northern Lights asked. Yeah, stress over planning the trip. So I'm driving, so I don't have to worry about this nonsense. I think basically there's 2 choices. It's either Philly or Atlantic City itself. Those are your 2 options. Someone said, and I don't know what airline it was, that they flew you into Philly and then they rented luxury buses and drive you into AC.
I would say it's Spirit, but if it's luxury buses, it ain't Spirit.
No, it's definitely not Spirit. I mean, Spirit would just like fly over the ocean and open the door and say, over there somewhere.
Say, hey, where's my parachute? No, don't worry about that. We're going to fly real low.
Yeah, we're going to slow down. You're going to fly low. If you only bounce once, it'll be fine. You'll be one of them banana boats like from that one Jaws movie. Down on the ocean.
Speaking of Jaws, my wife has never watched. I grew up on Jaws. Me and the missus, we're actually watching it like a freaking 10-part series. I guess we watch about 20 minutes a night, and then we.
She's never seen Jaws.
She's Vietnamese, man. She's wild.
Not even the first one.
No, that's the one we're watching in 10 parts at a time. To be honest, Jaws. This might not be a popular opinion, especially because of the audience. I know y'all are old sons of bitches, but Jaws. The first 30 minutes is hard as hell to get through, but after that it's phenomenal. But the first 30 minutes, man, I'm like, well, this is
I don't know. It's been a while since I watched it like from the beginning to end. Usually it's one of those things you're like, channel surfing or whatever, and it's just like, oh, okay, cool. Like they're about to close the beach down. I'll hang around and watch the shark eat some people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
From the time they get on the boat is the best. Like that back half when they get on the boat.
Yes, exactly right. Like if you catch it from there, like boom, you're in. Like the rest of the movie from there on out is awesome. But
the best
first
part of the movie is when he tells a story about the Indianapolis.
About the Indianapolis.
Yeah, what's his face? The old captain.
The captain guy?
Because he was from the USS Indianapolis.
Oh, yeah. I always call him Liam Neeson.
And the sharks taking people.
I think Liam Neeson should be playing him. Yeah, that guy's great in that movie. I don't know his name as an actor, but yeah, he's great.
Oh, no. Charles getting the Spirit Airlines for the national giveaway. No. We'll see you. Let's see. You're supposed to get there Friday, I think. We'll see you like Monday. You'll get there after it's over. You can help the dealers pack up.
Yeah, Loco's talking. His name's Quinn. Once Quinn gets in the movie, it's awesome. Yeah. His spots are awesome, but there's still a dead part from when he enters the movie to when they get on the boat, like Neo was talking about, and that dead part kind of sucks. But agree, like any scene with Quinn in it, the captain, he's awesome.
Yeah, Robert Shaw, fantastic actor.
Jim in Florida, the one above that, says Prism football singles is getting cheaper by the day on eBay. I have been buying quite a bit. Speaking of which, I need to check my auctions real fast. Yeah. Just the cheap I bought 2 Davis Mills, and I just bought an Asante Samuel. I've been buying football and I have been loving it, but that's a little bit off not the usual stuff here, but yeah.
Football is hot. Football is what is hot right now for sure. Are you running your fantasy football league back?
What'd you say?
Are you running your fantasy football league back?
I have said to people privately, I will run my fantasy football league back if someone else will commission it.
Was there a lot of work involved commissioning that? Didn't ESPN pretty much just?
Yeah, I don't want to think about it. No, they do their job, but I just don't want to think about it. So
that's fair. What was I going to say? Yeah, football. Football is what everyone's looking for right now. Like I was at the Midwest Monster. It was Josh Allen, Burrow, Herbert. No one cares about Mahomes anymore.
Let me ask Ziggy at the bottom here. He asked basic refractors buys. I'm buying all parallels, either numbered or silvers. But something I'm kind of curious about. So the reason I'm buying Davis Mills silvers right now, he's going for about $40 a pop, whereas Trey Lance is going for $100, and it just doesn't make sense to me. And so I'm buying Davis Mills. But what's interesting is, of course, they have the base and then they have the variation. I feel like the base is going higher than the variation. Are we seeing that? Chat, do you have any opinion on which one you think should be going higher? Neo, as you went to shows, have you noticed anything about this?
I haven't really. Prism singles really haven't hit shows in mass yet, because most people setting up at shows that are getting Prism in hand are probably sending it off for grading. You know what I mean? Especially silvers and parallels. Like that stuff.
You want to talk about those grade rates?
We can. Yeah. Let me pull this up.
I think it's kind of interesting. Me and Neo were talking about this a little bit before. It's all Neo's homework, so I'll let him say what it is. But I think this is pretty interesting. And certainly if you're looking to buy singles, now I'll tell you, I bought 2 Davis Mills, and one of them I think maybe could grade a 10. So I think I'm going to send it, but the other one probably not. I bought 1 base silver and 1 variation silver, around $40 a pop each.
Shout out to Gem Rate. I think we all love the Gem Rate. He puts out fantastic pop report data, and his website's fantastic. And he has all these cool reports that you can run on stuff. You could technically get this off the PSA page, but it's just a little bit more easily laid out here. So this is 21 Prism football on PSA. Only 361 have been graded so far, but the gem rate is only 27%. And if you think that's because PSA is grading them super tough, if we switch to SGC, their gem rate is 26%. As someone that opened 8 blaster boxes of this product and got absolutely murdered, I can tell you the quality control is garbage. Like half the stuff that I opened was either way off centered or had some sort of issue, even if I opened a card that was worth grading. And I really didn't. Oh, here you go. $50.
$50. That's not a silver.
It's silver. It's right there.
Now I give you $3.
These were probably my 2 best cards out of 8 blasters.
Let me tell you right now, I just bought a Tyreek Hill Optic Hollow rookie for $20 raw. I don't know how that happened, but Jalen Waddle, big fan of Jalen Waddle. I don't know why, man. I just like that guy. I just feel like he's going to be a stud in this league. I mean, obviously, Jamar Chase is a monster, and it's going to be a monster. We can all agree. But I still like Waddle and would like to pick some up. I'm really, though, to chat, yeah, that's a great comment there. But just real fast, I am really trying to hold out for Optic. I really like Optic more than Prism, and I'm trying to not blow my quad on Prism.
I'm a sucker for Optic, too. That rated rookie logo gets me every time.
This year's Optic is just so much better than this year's Prism. I'm like, if I can just wait, but now Optic's not coming out to the end of July. It's freaking ridiculous.
Yeah. So shout out to Loco. I met him in Atlanta.
Did you meet Loco? Loco's a great guy. I haven't met him in person, but man, he's a great guy.
Yeah, he's fantastic. So once again, spoilers for a video, probably Thursday's video. What sent me down this path? I was curious for current demand on grading companies, and I figured 21 Prism would be a perfect example because where are people sending it? So let's back this up for a second. PSA so far has graded 361 cards from 21 Prism, and that would only be express tier or higher. Regular service wouldn't have hit pop reports yet. So anything regular and anything on the new $30 value service would not be on here because they haven't cleared. So this is $100 a card and up. They've graded 361 cards. SGC has graded 268 cards. I didn't sit here. There is a lot more base on this list, which makes sense because $30 and they're turning stuff around in about 3 days right now. Where it gets really funny, we definitely, well, I don't know. You could tell me, Dakota, if we can pontificate or extrapolate that we now have a clear 1 and 2. Let's look at CSG. They have graded 16 total 21 NFL Prism cards, and their turnaround times are pretty decent right now. So it's not like,
What was the card number? What was the volume number on SGC in BGS?
270-ish, 268.
The only thing I'll say, and it's why, if y'all didn't see, I made a short. It's just me having a little bit of fun. But the only thing I'll say right now about graders is PSA is the clear number one. And that's why I loved Loco's comment about like I only grade with PSA. And I agree with him. There's no reason to grade with anyone else. Since PSA is opened at $20 a pop, there's literally no reason to grade with anyone else. I mean, there's none.
It's 30 a pop, but still
30, whatever. I don't like, it doesn't even matter because SGC is what, 25 or 30? Like I'll send to PSA.
Well, I mean, to be fair though, are we putting the caveat on that you're grading to sell?
Yeah. I have literally 10 cards sitting right
here.
You're
saying they're the only ones worth grading with, but I assume you're not you're not applying that for like if someone wants to grade something.
That's an obvious assumption. Yes. Look, let me tell you right now, if you look at a CSG case and you get a little rowdy in the pants, then send to CSG. Okay. Outside of that, you want to stick to PSA.
I just want to be clear. You know how chat and comments get sometimes. You gotta lay this stuff out. So we've seen PSA, theirs is like 360 some. SGC's is 270 some. CSG's is 16. Chat, how many cards from 21 Prism has Beckett graded? And we'll give this a couple minutes here.
Look at while chat answers that, Ben, AP Sports Cards, he's got a great comment here. He says, in other words, PSA got $4K in grading fees and SGC got like $500 from 2021 Prism. Great way to look at it from a business perspective.
I mean, it would be more than 500, but yes. Would it be 500? I don't know. I didn't do the math on that.
I mean, you said 2. It would be 600. It would be like 750, right?
It'd be 8,000.
How many did PSA grade?
270 cards times $30. 8,000.
So 8,000, and then PSA graded how many? You said 350.
I'm going to say 370. That's slightly rounding up.
At $100 a pop.
At minimum, $100 a pop.
So it's 37 grand versus
37,000 minimum, and you got to assume like a Black Finite Mac Jones 101 that they graded, that was not going in at Express.
Right.
Tier.
So at the best case scenario for SGC, they've made $30,000 less on Prism alone so far, and that doesn't include because I'm sure so many people have already sent to Panini. Like legit, that's all SGC has made off of 2021 Prism football so far, right? But for PSA, they still have all these $20 orders coming into them, like which aren't on the pop reports, which you don't even see. So just out of their high dollar stuff, they're beating them by 40 grand or 30 grand or whatever in total. It's so bananas.
All right, so we got some guesses here. Charles says 1. Jay says 10. E-Love says 0. The Haminator, Michael Ham, says 3. Anthony says 0. Let's go to the tape.
What would it be? Beckett? Hold on, I haven't looked yet. Beckett, and you said we're at 250. I'm gonna guess 75 cards.
Really? I literally told you this before the live stream. How did you?
Yeah, but I wasn't listening. You know I don't listen to you.
Okay. You said 75?
Yeah.
Do you want to okay. 4.
Oh my God.
4.
Oh man.
3, and this is the best part. 3 Mac Jones base and a Trevor Lawrence base.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So 4 cards, all 4 base cards, 3 Mac Jones, and a Trevor Lawrence. And this data was updated yesterday, 6/27. So because Gemry runs a day behind.
Yeah, chat's killing it right now. Everybody's killing it. I mean, this is bananas. I can't believe this. And then kind of to this point, what we're talking about, Brian G11, CSG should have stayed at $12 to get more cards in their case. I've made that argument about SGC for so long. Like they need to get cards in their case. But the problem was, and why you're right and I was wrong, SGC case sucks, but CSG case, however, is very nice. And I do think they need more cards in their case. And the SGC just needs a rehaul.
I mean, you can run it down like this. PSA is the best resale value. SGC has the best customer service. Beckett is the best for people over 75 years old. And CSG has the best slab.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, like SGC by far and away has probably the best customer service out there and the best face man. Like Peter is a fantastic face of the company. And that's no slight on CSG. Like I thought they were really good when I talked to him, but Peter is just like infectious.
You know, people get so fussy about this stuff, but I honestly think we need to move to one grader only. I think having multiple graders is hurting the hobby because it just makes it so hard to know exactly what you're buying, because if you send it to a different grader, it's going to get a different grade.
I think you need more than one, just because there's going to be people that like get screwed by one company.
Okay, let's say this: we need one standard that all the graders can agree upon. That's what we need.
Oh, you're talking scale.
Well, I was talking grader, but the idea is the how a card is graded. It needs to be the same across the board, because if I can send to SGC and get it, let's just say a 9, and send to PSA and get an 8, or BGS and get a 9.5. It's like, well, then what exactly am I holding? Right? It's an unknown item at that point, because what is its grade? We don't know. But we need to be more consistent. What the hobby needs is to have a more consistent grading scale. Grading criteria. Bush Leaguer 75. Sorry, on the comments right there. He nails it. That's the right words. They need the same grading criteria.
I'm sorry, which comment?
Bush Leaguer 75, Orange B, 4th from the bottom. There you go. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah, we like options. I mean, as much as I love the, like, you know, Beckett and the name and the staying power or whatever, I mean, people will get mad about this, but if they just disappeared, I don't, would most people care? I mean, I don't remember. I legitimately don't know.
Like, I would be more upset with
CSG and SGC that were the 3 main graders.
I would be more upset with BGS disappearing than SGC or CSG.
Just because they're the new kids on the block. But it's just like, I mean, look.
SGC is not a new kid on the block. It's because the Beckett slab is a premium slab. If I have a really nice card, I want it to go to Beckett.
Unless you're going to sell it, then you want it to go to PSA.
No, still with a really, really nice card, I think it, you know, if once you're talking $3,000, $5,000 and up, Beckett, I'm sending that shit to Beckett. If it's rare enough, it doesn't, at that point, price doesn't matter near as much with the rare stuff. But I don't know. I think premium cards deserve to be in Beckett slabs.
Yeah. It just depends on the card, I think. Flea Market Mixtape has a question for you. I'm going to pull us out.
Yeah, I'll answer this. So I really like the look. I think they've done a great design or great job with the design. And me and Neo have butted heads on this quite a bit, but I do think that long term Bowman U in college is going to be it's going to be the real deal. It's going to be something that is flipped. It's going to be something that is bought and sold. It is something that's going to move in volume, but they have to have the college licenses, which they have now, but it's not in this year's set. And I think when it really starts to be a deal is when you get, like, let's say Arch Manning, who just committed to Texas. If his freshman year you have, rookie, refractor autograph cards of him in that Texas uniform, that's when we're going to start to see, okay, this is getting a little bit of traction, because over his career in Texas, those cards will be volatile. They'll be flippable. You'll start to see some juice on those. I don't think 30 years into his pro career or, post his college career, they'll be as valuable. I do think they have a shorter window, but but they will have a legitimate 3 to 4 year window.
Yeah, I agree. We've butted heads on this, but I think we actually agree. Like your take is that they are flippable until real product comes out, and then my take is once real product comes out, you probably don't want to mess with these things unless it's for PC.
Yep.
Dakota is right. Most women. Yeah, I mean, I agree. There are some modern cards that look good in SGC slabs. The problem is not every card looks good in SGC slabs. Certain cards do, some just do not. My biggest issue with them is the size. They just don't fit in a case right. They're a little too big. They're a little too clunky. They feel a little just not premium. You know what I mean? But that being said, stuff like this looks really good in them.
Mm. But I will say, I don't know if you asked Peter about this. They need to do another redesign. To be fair to them, they did a redesign, and the redesign was great. But now everything that we're buying, from Pelican cases to boxes, they're all fit for PSA cases. And SGC, BGS, you can squeeze that sucker in. You're pressing the sides and everything's a little tight. It's like a medium guy wearing a small shirt. I mean, but with SGC, it's too big. It's an extra large guy wearing a small shirt, and it just doesn't fit, and the belly's sticking out. So SGC, they got to trim it down a little bit, because it doesn't work with everything that we're using, and it makes it a pain in the ass. And no one, from dealers to people walking around shows, want to have that in their cases.
Do people think the PSA gets their graders from Harvard and the rest from the community college? Come on, they're hiring the same people. Why pay more for poor customer service in a worse case? Because I'm going to paint with a very broad brush here. Most people just care about what it sells for on the secondary market. They don't care about the ride. They just see that it sells for 30 to 40% more in a PSA slab, and that's what they care about.
It's just that it's liquid, and that liquidity has value. And that value, then it becomes this like wall that you can't surpass, because it's like, well, they have the liquidity, so they have the extra value. And it's like, okay, but this is a great slab. Yeah, but they have the liquidity, so it has extra value, that's just how it is.
Because ideally, all four companies should sell the same. A BGS 9.5, a PSA 10, an SGC 10, and a CSG 10 should be within $10 of each other. Like, really. Because it is the same card probably most times, 9 times out of 10. Like, it's probably the same condition card, most likely, with some little variance here and there. But that's not the way the world works.
There's a lot of good comments, but just in this conversation at the bottom, the registry is what sets them apart. I see people say that shit all the time. I've been doing this for 20 some years. I've never looked at their registry. I don't know that it's what sets them apart. Now, a lot of people talk about it, but I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. For me personally, I don't believe that. I do not believe the registry sets them apart.
I think what the registry did was it helped build the base, because prior to the hobby booming, I think the registry did matter to a degree. A lot of people used it, and it got a lot of cards in their slabs over time. To your point earlier about CSG just needing to get cards in slabs to get them on the market so people are used to seeing them, I think that's where the registry helped PSA. I don't know that it matters much now.
That's fair.
I will say, from like a Marvel side of things, there's a race on the set registry right now for people to get a 90 MU set put together. It's niche, but I mean, it is out there a little bit. But I do think it helped them build the foundation to where they are now.
Bushley, there's still some more comments I'd like to get to up above. Sorry, if you had that one pulled up, but
no, you're good.
Well, Bush Leaguer says that PSA guarantees their shit and they will back it up with buying back the card if necessary. Does any other company do that? Literally, they all do that. I don't know if they have it stated or not, but I'm not going to guarantee anything. But we've seen before, if shit goes sideways, the companies buy the cards back.
Yeah, SGC. Well, we should clarify the 4 major ones.
Yeah, HGA and up. 5 major. HGA bought those back. Well, they said they would anyway.
Well, yeah. I mean, do you consider HGA?
No. But that's my point, is that we're going to say PSA guarantees their stuff and others don't. I'm like, well, even HGA guaranteed their stuff.
I think people had to throw a fit for that. I mean, I might be misremembering, but
I don't remember that they had to throw a fit. I remember that there was a fit thrown that this card was even graded, and then HGA came out and said we would. I don't remember there being this like, you need to buy it back, HGA, and then they did it. I thought that was kind of their initial response to the situation, is we'll buy it back kind of deal. And any others.
Yeah. I don't know if you're kidding or serious, Ham. I'm not sure what I think about the whole tag system.
Who's that ECG from Austin, Texas that was on Sports Card Radio today?
Oh my goodness, that was hilarious. People love Bowman's first, but they love baseball Bowman's first. And I think people view that a little bit differently because it's kind of technically professional, but not, but yes.
Well, I mean, now NCAA, certainly football is going to be semi-pro. I mean, Art's getting paid $10 million a year. I mean, if I tell me that's not professional.
HGA has the best slab, CSG second. I'm going to disagree with that one, but
yeah, I'm going to disagree.
If there's something that you want to hop to, just shout it out and go.
There was a couple. So Loco had a good one.
So if you see something and you want to run with it.
Yeah, sorry. I'll read it because it was a little bit up above. But Loco says, if Arch Manning becomes a megastar like Mahomes, you don't think his first Bowman Chrome College auto will hold its value? Now, that's a really good point. Let's just say the Arch Manning Bowman Chrome auto comes out, and let's just say it's like $3,000. If he ends up becoming the next Mahomes, and he's going to Texas now, we know that for sure, I think, is a $5,000 or $6,000 card. Like, it's going to nearly double in price if he becomes really the next Mahomes. So I do think it has some legs on it, long term. And in fact, me and my buddy Wes, who Neo knows, and y'all might remember from my channel sometimes, but there's not a lot of Vince Young autograph stuff in Texas jerseys. If there was a Bowman set back then in his autos, like that shit, it would still be fire. Those cards would still go for a really good amount of money. Which is just to say, like, he was a complete bust in the pros, but the Bowman cards actually would have been worth money because he was so popular in college. So there certainly are long-term plays there. I just think it's going to be rare, and you're really kind of guessing. If you're talking about buying in a guy's freshman year of college and hoping he becomes the next Mahomes, that you might be right about that once every 50 years.
Yeah, so, that's a hell of a leap of faith. Yeah. To test this point here, colleges have following Bowman used with logos should hold value for iconic players. I mean, someone mentioned it before. You look at like NT and Flawless Collegiate. Now it's different because those guys are towards the end of their college careers, but those cards are dirt cheap. Like, you could get, compared to the NFL versions, like that stuff's a fraction of the price for major players. So that's my only concern about, just because the college logo is on there, making that really jump up. So that
it makes a big deal because there's this stigma, and maybe rightfully so, maybe not. I have it. If it doesn't have the logos, if it's not fully licensed, then it's lesser.
Yeah, but it being fully licensed.
Yeah, it being fully licensed, I think is going to make a big deal. Look, I'm not saying it's going to, fight Prism for price. I'm not saying that. But I do think it's going to be a respectable card that people will search for on occasion.
Going back to the PSA thing, AP says, but why do we think it's more liquid? I think the answer is it just is, which means that can change. Sure. Could it change? Yeah. I think it's quite the mountain to climb. PSA is basically like Kleenex now. That's how I view them. You know what I mean? You don't even say tissue, you say Kleenex. And that's almost how you go to eBay and start typing a card in and it defaults in PSA to the search results. Yeah. All the data tools use PSA because it has the highest number of cards in their slabs. So you get the most transactions to feed the data tools. And if people are using the data tools to research, or content creators like, my dumb self is using them to make videos, what do I always talk about? PSA 10's doing this. PSA 9's doing this. PSA 10's down this percent. PSA is up this percent. You know what I mean? We don't say like, oh, the CSG unless we're doing like a comparison video where we're directly comparing the grading companies.
Yeah, well, we compared the 52 PSA sales versus the 1 SGC sale. That's right. But Steve did this video over a year ago now, maybe 2 years ago, where he talked about kind of how Beckett became the originator, and it's because BGS. And it's because everyone was using Beckett as a price guide. So BGS slabs were in there and they were listed as the highest price. And that's what people use. And it changed from Beckett to PSA because the price guide went from being Beckett to eBay. And so there was that big change. And so right now, and to Neo's point, everything is about like socially how we interact with this stuff. And it all points towards PSA. It's what's liquid. It's what people use. It's what people use for to compare values. It just is. You're right. But it is creating a moat because more and more it just is, and everything's just going to PSA. And I think what we looked at earlier, talking about how much money PSA has made off of the premium cards only out of Prism Football versus what SGC has done in total, and that gap being 5x, I think that kind of shows you that it's a big hill to climb if anyone wants to overtake it.
HG is officially trash. They have not had a good week.
Breaking news. Can we do a ticker? HGA to the bin. I feel bad for the people that bought them, but anyway.
Says follow up. How appealing is this sales pitch? Send us your cards. They will be graded, vaulted, image, put on the marketplace, and sellable/tradable from there with a scan of the QR code. I think we kind of see it heading in this direction, whether it's eBay, PSA/collectors, or Fanatics. I think all three of them are going to have a version of this to some degree or another.
Yeah, I think once eBay expands their vault, it's going to be a game changer. But Fanatics could just straight up come in. Imagine Fanatics comes in and they say, hey, we have a vault, but give me $30 and we'll give you a team break out of this box. Watch it on YouTube. And that just goes in your vault. Boom. Yeah. You can donate. You can do everything. It's Fanatics has a chance to break everyone.
I 100% agree with this comment, Sean. We're talking about liquidity within cards, not liquidity versus actual real world, like Amazon stock. We're just literally, when we say liquidity, we're talking in the niche market of the card world, not comparing, a PSA 10 Baker Mayfield to a share at Amazon. Have you watched? People are talking. I am a billion miles behind on chat. Holy cow. Have you watched any of the tag stuff at all? I see people talking about it in chat.
There's been Texas Agriculture Union.
Huh?
The Texas Agriculture Union?
Yes, them. They're grading cards now.
Ah, well, you're going to have pictures of some swine on there. Nice old Duroc. A little bit of a Hampshire. I used to raise pigs. It's a thing. It's fine. No, I don't give a shit about them. Maybe they're cool. I don't know, but I've never bought anything. I did see, I guess, is it Retro Hoops that did a video where he got one of them?
No, that was Rare Edition. You're thinking Rare Edition.
Oh, is that Rare Edition? Okay, yeah. I like Rare Edition. Tag, I know nothing about.
Tag's the one that Jeremy Lee's been doing videos on.
Yeah, I know.
We already saw it coming, which is why they're working with CSG to vault and try to compete. So the interesting thing here is that they're working with CSG for raw cards, but PSA is doing the graded card authentication. So, yes.
Oh, are they? I missed that. That's good to know. I didn't know that.
PSA does the auth for slabs. CSG does the auth for raw cards. And one of the interesting things, which I was surprised by this because I asked this in my CSG interview, it's the CSG card graders that are actually doing the authentication. They didn't hire a separate team for it.
That is interesting.
Kind of surprises me. You would think.
Yeah, I'm also kind of surprised. I thought you'd have a separate team. 10 people and they just flow through, but I guess they take it pretty serious. It is higher dollar cards in general. So I'm curious.
I wonder how much it is serious versus, we don't have we need something to keep them busy, I guess is the way that I want to say it.
Oh, yeah. After we saw it 15 cards. Yeah. Why not? Sure.
Well, no, CSG. Yeah, they had 14. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody's saying Tebow stuff would be through the roof in a Bowman U. Tebow, Florida Gator, Bowman U stuff. Hell, they could do that as a re-release and it'll be through the roof. People will the people like Jeff Wilson will drop money on that.
Here's the problem with tag. I don't think have they said how much it actually costs to grade with them yet?
I legitimately, I do not know what tag is. I'm telling you, I don't know anything about it.
48 hours of videos on them. It's all automated. It's AI grading again.
Okay. Until someone shows me what the hell their AI grading is and what the code is, they're full of shit. Until they show me that, they're lying.
They did actually show a card going into the scanner, it popping up on the screen, and what it actually shows and the scale that it prints out. To be fair to them, that video exists, which is way more than we ever got.
It showed the full grading process for the card.
Yeah, they literally they set the card in the scanner, scanned it, showed what pulled up on the computer, showed all the spit outs and printouts.
It showed the front, back, and the sides. Yes, it showed everything.
Showed where it found the defects and everything. You can go watch it.
Tag might be all right then. I might have to go check them out.
CSG should buy SGC, then they have the same letters.
I do screw them up all the time, especially when I'm a few IPAs into a live stream, man.
I thought about it every time I said CSG when I had the CSG guys on for the interview, and same thing when I had SGC on, of making sure I got the acronyms right. Well, CSG is even more confusing because we were talking about CCG, CSG, and CGC in that interview. So making sure that I got the right acronym right, depending on what question I was asking.
We got a couple comments down. Bush Leaguer says it's already changing. PSA has taken a huge hit to their brand the last 2 years. I strongly disagree. I think that their brand has gotten stronger since the boom.
I think there is a very loud vocal minority that makes it appear that way. But when you look at resale value and cards that are going to which companies, that does not seem to be the case. You know, if that was the case, why is PSA getting more cards than anybody else, and why do they still sell for 30 to 40% more than the other grading companies?
I mean, they continue to drive a premium, and then if a player goes off and you're holding an SGC slab, you're crossing your fingers that you can sell it. You have the PSA slab, you know it's going to sell.
Yeah. And this is my answer to any pop-up. No offense to any small grading company trying to make it, but it's just like, we've been down this path before, guys. Like, show it to me for at least a couple of years before, you know, I'm ready to go all in and send you cards.
I feel dyslexic every time I type SGC into a CSG search. I missed my watch list stuff. No, we're cool. We're cool.
You good?
Got one right here. We got one right here. Let me place this bid right fast. No.
So PSA is authenticating BGS slabs, says the Juice Man. That is correct. PSA is authenticating all the slabs for the eBay vault process, regardless of company.
Here you go. I got a question for chat. Chat. This is a real question. It's a real life question right now. When you're bidding on eBay, what's your magic number? What do you always type in at the end? You do a $15 and some change. What's your some change? What's the magic number for y'all?
88 for me.
88. Oh, that's a good number. That's a good number.
So here's the thing about this D-Team sports cards. That is not showing the amount of cards that they are currently getting. That's showing the amount of cards that they are currently grading. That number, the number that populates on the gem rate data each day, week, and month, is a lag, because those cards are already in the door. That is not showing you what is actually coming through the door that day. And this is something that Peter, when I had him on my channel, actually pointed out to me when I talk about this stuff. He said, you know, you got to remember the gem rate data is accurate, but it's looking backwards in time. You need to pay attention to what the turnaround times are. The turnaround times gives you a better gauge of how busy or not busy a grading company is.
Chat's killing it. So the numbers came in. JHA is 10. Charles is at 14. Loco is at 0.58. Loco, you son of a bitch. I keep losing to you. My number is 0.57. JHA with 0.05 now. Tom with 0. Bush Leaguer's at 45. We got 69, 33, 60. We also have Ben said he's going to go to 0.89 just to snipe your butt, Neo. We got 78. Oh, 34 for Thurman Thomas and Charles Barkley. I dig it, Tom. That's fun. Yeah. 97. The right number is probably like 97, 99. That's probably strictly correct, but yeah.
I want to circle back to one other thing on this D-Team comment about CSG/CGC are getting the same amount of cards currently as PSA. And once again, if you watch the interview, I specifically asked the president of CCG, this company. They are not the same company. I mean, they are, but they're not. CSG and CGC are two different grading subdivisions. So you really cannot combine those numbers together. They're different labels. They're completely different grading teams. Their graders do not cross over from one company to another. They're completely different grading scales. So I don't know that I mean, I guess you can loosely combine them together, but that's not really, it's their choice that they kind of split it up this way. And CGC slabs for TCGs are a whole different world than CSG card. They're treated a lot differently than how CSG cards are treated, like sports cards are treated. Like CGC, you probably have a better feel for this because you're a Pikachu guy. Like CGC slabs are actually pretty well respected on the TCG side of things. I mean, they're a stronger level, but they're taken much more seriously than a CSG Prism card is.
They're a stronger number 2 than any number 2 in the sports card world.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, nailed it. So, like, I get what you're trying to do there, D-Team sports cards, but when literally the president of the company tells me that they're not, that they're two completely separate teams.
All right, we got a little bit of fun here. Stone Collector's coming after you a little bit, so let's pull this up and let's do a little bit. Chat, how about this? Chat. Stone Collector is saying CSG sells for the exact same amount as PSA. Chat, give us a card to go look up, and let's just see if that's correct. We'll go look it up.
I mean, I've said a billion times, including when I had CSG on, they have the best slab on the market. Like, it's not even close. Their slab is the best. It's not even remotely close. They have the best slab by a mile.
I really don't understand people who watch YouTube, sports card YouTube. I mean, they just say they get on us for either pumping cards or for pumping, specific graders. I mean, guys, if you're doing this to collect, go buy what you love. Maybe I should put that caveat at the beginning of every video. Post that. If you're trying to make a dime, go buy PSA.
I just said too. I got back from the Midwest Monster. I bought this Griffey card. It's the same one I have a PSA 9 in. This is numbered out of 10. I ran into the exact same card at the Midwest Monster Raw. In that video, I said, I really like this card. I think it would look fantastic in a CSG slab. I'm probably going to send this to CSG. Like, I don't know what you guys want. It's hilarious.
Tom, you want to go look up a card? No, we passing this up.
I thought they were giving us a card.
Yeah, we got one here. Tom gave us 2021 Jamar Chase Donruss rookie. That feels like a fun one.
Yeah, the trick is finding something in a CSG comp.
That's good luck finding the CSG comp. We also have 93 SP if that works. We also have Joe Montana 81 or Justin Herbert base. We've got a good deal of options here.
Neil also said in a recent video he'd rather not have to touch cards. Any comment on this? Yeah, when it comes to flipping, I was talking about the eBay vault. If I could flip cards, like have a portion of cards, then just go directly to the eBay vault, have them sit there, and then resell them later. Why would I want to have them shipped home?
That's why I love Star Stock. I have I have 2,000 cards over here that I have to move through and sell because I don't want them in my collection. It's a pain in the ass. I wish I could just magically they would go into selling. I mean, like, it sucks.
Yeah, I'm not saying I want every card to do that, but there are certain cards I would 100% buy for the purpose of just going to the eBay vault and never having to touch them. Absolutely, 100%.
While you're looking up Jamar Chase or whatever, the Juice Man, it's a good one. PSA will have 20,000+ pop count and still sell for more. I mean, it's just spot on.
High Faith says, why do people live in a fantasy land where they think CSG or SGC are even on the same page or on the same level?
I mean, so Stone Collector, I mean, you're just so off in any sort of relevance from a statistical standpoint. The last comment, they said, let's try Randy Arozarena update, royal blue. So very specific. So the Topps update in a royal blue parallel. I paid 30 for a CSG 9.5 and 15 for a PSA 10. All that tells me is you overpaid for the CSG 9.5 Stoned. I mean, what are the pop reports on these? Variance is a thing that matters, guys. Variance and statistics, these things matter. And it's just like, okay, congrats. You bought one for 30 and one for 15, and you're going to try to make the argument that the CSG is worth more. But the problem is you're trying to promote CSG and you bought both of them. So maybe you just decided to buy the one in CSG for $30 and the one in PSA for 15. But when really the CSG was only worth like $8, you're just the one person who wanted to pay $30 for it. I mean, statistics. These things matter. Thanks, High Fades. Appreciate you.
Carry this for a second. That means don't sit there and not talk.
Carry it for a second. Have I not been doing it for 50 minutes? Chat, help me out here. Tell them. Fire sports cards. You can wait till he comes back, though. I mean, you just overpay for CSG. Doesn't mean that's just how it is. Yeah, chat gets it, man. I'm sorry, Stone. I don't mean to pick on you, but it's just not true. It's not true that CSG is selling for higher than PSA. Ric Flair rookie, I need to pick up one of those. I still need to pick up a Stone Cold rookie and an Undertaker. I would like those. Has anyone bought a Brock Lesnar rookie? Oh, chat. So let me know. If you've bought a Brock Lesnar, no, I shouldn't say rookie, Prism from this year. Has anyone bought that? Chat, are there any football cards you're buying right now that you're excited about going into the football season? I've been buying some. I always buy defensive guys. I can't help myself. I've been buying Davis Mills, though, as probably the biggest one I'm most excited for, but I'm trying to wait till Optic comes out.
All right, I'm going to fire up I just found this real quick. I was just looking at recent.
Yep, let's go. They'll answer in a little bit.
Okay, here we go. This ended 6 minutes ago. Ohtani, 2018 Topps paper rookie. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. $40, $41. Same card, PSA 10. Last sale 3 days ago, $149.
I mean, damn.
Let's just to be fair here, we'll show a couple. 149, 120, 100, 97, 98, 127, 130, 137, 137, 99. That's all within the last week. And this one did $41. Let's see what this card raw sells for.
Ooh, Marcus Mariota could be sneaky. That's a fun one. He always goes for a little bit of a premium. 2015 is not a highly printed year. But if you get Mariota on the cheap. Oh, another guy I've been buying while he's looking all this up, Jimmy Garoppolo. I just picked up a Prism Silver Raw for $10. Oh my God, I'm going to make $1 million off that card.
So I hate looking at raw comps because these bounce all over hell. $10, $10, $33, $16, $30, $17, $22. So, I mean, that's a one-off, but this is a card that sells a lot. Like, this is not, you know what I mean?
So, Stone Collector says to this, I watched that auction, Neo. There were literally 8 of the same card with this listing ending at the exact same time. So, yes, it went cheap. And then Chris Hayes says, CSG, hell of a drug.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's now best offer just sitting for 70. So we know that that's the ceiling. Where's my sold listings? Show me where the 10 are. Oh, wait, there they are. All right, there's one there, 41.
Nice, Swaggy. I like it, Swaggy.
That's the best offer buy it now from 3 days ago. I don't. Do you see, Dakota, where 10 of these?
No, I don't see it. Stoned, we're not trying to pick on you, but you just came out firing at Neo, saying like this is true.
You're the one that come in here swinging, buddy.
Well, he's not. He's not getting defensive. I'm just saying, front end. Like, we're not trying to pick on you. We're just saying, like, it's just factual. PSA drives the market, and some people are really upset by that. And it's just like, it's just the way it is. And if you want to change it, then change it. But being salty about it's just not going to be the answer. Because I don't necessarily agree that PSA should be the best creator. It's not like I don't focus on buying PSA. Did I say PSA? I meant to. If I didn't, I don't focus on buying PSA when I look at buying cards for my collection. I focus on buying the right card for my collection. So it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, that's the market right now.
Look at another one up real quick. Once again, it's hard to find.
Tally's over here hedging his bets. I got Jimmy G's like crazy and Trey Lance. I'd probably cut the Trey Lance. Dude, Matt Ryan is a good buy, man. The day he got traded, before he got traded, the morning of, I bought a Bowman Sterling blue auto in a BGS 9510 for $200. It was so crazy. It was the only one listed on eBay. And then he got traded. And then that afternoon, like 3 more got listed. And the problem is I don't want to sell that card. I really like it. So, yeah.
Okay. Here's another one. This ended 20 minutes ago.
And we all know in PSA that's $8 million. So
Mac Jones, Don Russ, base, CSG 10, $40. PSA 10, recent sales. 175, 140, 118, 140, 120, 117, 120. Those are all within the last 7 days. So almost triple. Yeah, triple the price. About the same as the Otani, actually. Pretty close.
That's bananas. That's a huge. And so, guys, I mean, like, Stone may not like the prices, but for everybody else, like, to me, these are great prices. Like, these are great reasons to go buy CSG.
This should be a buying opportunity if you really believe in the player and the card. Dakota just left me. Jeez. Just runs out the door like that on me. And once again, Stone, not trying, He back.
I'm not well practiced, guys. It's been too long.
Did you accidentally click leave studio, or did your internet cut out?
No, I hit X. I'm clicking. I'm trying to check. I have a lot of auctions that I'm watching from this. Somebody mentioned in here they talked about 4 sharp corners. Tom did, and I actually have a buyer like that I have a lot of auctions I'm watching right now. So I'm switching back and forth. And I just hit the X.
Gotcha. Don't forget to smash the like button. 150 people in here, 23 likes. Slackers. And now I'm completely lost on chat. I'm sorry, chat. If you have like a really spicy question, fire back in again because
Fire Sports Cards. He asked earlier. He said, well, he wants the ballpark how much you paid for the Griffey. Are you okay to reveal it if he guessed, basically?
Oh, the Griffey? I said it in the video, 450 cash.
Well, you didn't let him guess. You're no fucking fun, man. See, this is why people don't like you. That's my bad. He wanted to guess, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I even set it up so he could guess.
I don't listen to you. You should know that by now.
Yeah, that's fair. J.K. Dobbins. I'm digging a J.K. Dobbins buy. I think that's a great buy if you're finding the stuff on the dirt cheap. I think they got it. I like the Ravens' chances this year to do a little bit of noise, and Dobbins, assuming he doesn't get hurt, to be one of the noisemakers.
So, like, what are the chances? So this is the first one that I got. This is numbered out of 10. This is the one that I got a couple months ago at my local show that I would run across. One of the other ones numbered out of 10 from the same set.
Dude, that's so crazy.
Honestly, as soon as I walked by and saw this, I was like, I don't even know what this dealer has on this, but I got to buy it.
Yeah.
So I could pump and dump the 2015 Topps Tribute Griffey Purple Refractor on-card auto market. I control 20% of it.
All right. My auctions are going crazy right now. I can't even get to the right screen. You do control a lot of that market. I don't even know if I won a card or not. I bid on 3 of them like in 2 seconds. I
want to know if you're drinking tonight.
I wanted coffee. I had some IPAs before this, though, but coffee. You know what? I actually have let me go grab. I do have a drink I need to finish off. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Now the show starts. Hey, I get it, D-Team. They're not for everybody. I understand they've pissed a lot of people off. As always, use whatever works for you.
This little Ciroc, very special. So I believe a cognac.
Ooh.
Man, I have a big nose. It is what it is.
But yeah, D-Team, if they don't work for you, just send whoever you want. I mean, especially if you're not grading for resale, then go with God and use whoever the hell you want to use. For baseball, is it too late to sell Bobby Witt? I have a blue first auto PSA 10. Yeah, Time Machine would be ideal to go back to March, but I don't know. I know you're not like a super huge baseball guy. Do you have any hot take Bobby Witt thoughts? Do you know who Bobby Witt is?
Excuse me? I'm not a super huge baseball guy. I know a shit ton about baseball. What are you even talking about?
You always talk about football players from 1976 that no one cares about.
Yeah, but I love baseball. Baseball's my first love, man. I haven't been paying attention to the Royals this year or Bobby Witt, so I don't have an opinion on the matter, but yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Bugging you for one of those Griffies is the National, by the way. I really need to send this other one off for grading. So I can see what
it seems like he needs medical help. Yeah, this is medicinal. Some people would, especially in my family, call it medicine, but it's fine.
Generally, if you're talking about roller marks, Swaggy Ray, generally speaking, most grading companies ignore those unless they're pretty severe. There's always faint lines on the back from the rollers where the cards come off the line. Those are typically ignored unless they're pretty severe.
Yeah, I don't know enough about that.
People want you to grab a cigar.
Hey, chat, I got to be real honest with you. I really want to turn this into a cigar room. I want to do it real bad. It's just so damn hot outside, but I love smoking a cigar.
Yeah, we've been saying all night, CSG slabs are fantastic. It's never too late to sell anybody. It is never too late to sell anybody.
What this is no, it's Ciroc. It's pretty nice. The Wander, the mascot head thing. Boy, that was wild, huh?
Yeah, that ended up getting sorted out, didn't it?
Yeah, because Sports Card Radio talked about it, and that guy felt all the pressure, so he shipped it to the guy.
Yeah, him, card pouring the whole. They went through the car wash.
Brendan said, "I've never seen anyone question Dak's knowledge and expertise." That's right, Brendan. I mean, shit. What are we dealing here with an amateur? What is this guy doing?
Listen to you every day when I DoorDash. I'm sorry.
Yeah, nice. I appreciate you working DoorDash.
Sorry that my dulcet tones have to get you through the day.
Jarvis Critterin. Who the hell is that? Let me ask you this: how'd your Cavs do in that old that draft thing that occurred?
So the guy that got seems to be pretty good. He's a senior, but he was the best player on Kansas who won the national championship, and that's kind of what he's a 3-and-D wing, which is exactly what they need, and they need someone that can play right away. So from that perspective, it seems fine. It's a 14th pick, it's
it is what it is
anyway.
The Rockets, man, I'm so excited about the Rockets.
Rockets are going to be sneaky fun this year. I don't think they're going to win a lot of games, but they'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. No, and what a fun and great draft they had. Getting Smith at 3, who a lot of people said was number 1. At 17, we took Eason, who most people thought the Rockets were going to have to trade up to get. And then at 26, they trade back and get Ty Washington, who most people wanted at 17 for the Rockets. So it was just a phenomenal draft for the Rockets.
Yeah.
It was so great.
I'll be curious. I don't think this is going to be a good card draft because it's 3 bigs at the top.
It's big men, yeah.
Jaden Ivey maybe has some hope. And then there'll probably be someone that comes out of the weeds that no one is aware of.
I actually think, except for the fact that he's in Orlando, I think Paolo actually has a chance.
But he's he's like a 4 kind of.
He's a 4, but he's also more in the mellow version of a 4, which is still pretty popular in cards.
Yeah,
because you can run. What I've decided in basketball is for them to be relevant in cards, you have to be able to run the offense through them. I'm not saying that's how Paolo would be, but that opportunity is there. That's why Jokic is popular. They run the offense through Jokic. They don't do this. Gobert doesn't. It's not like that. Most centers, even over the history of time, it's not like that. It's all offensive focus. And I mean, this is just, nonsense opinion of mine. But yeah, anyway.
I want to hit on this real quick. Sports Card Swag. I assume the Canton show you're talking about was the one 2 weeks ago. Because I believe I missed that one. I think that one got hurt because it was the same weekend as the Midwest Monster. And I know a lot of people that normally go to the Canton show, both dealers and just walk-arounders, that went to the Midwest Monster. So I think that show got hurt by that.
Can we go to the next comment if you're done with that?
Yeah.
So I actually think the football draft long-term will be good for cards. And I said this before the draft. I think, when you look at the football draft that just happened, there's not these big name quarterbacks. You're right. Certainly for selling boxes, it's not going to be good. But as we look 15 and 20 years down the line, we're going to see guys out of this draft that are Hall of Fame. There's going to be multiple defensive Hall of Famers out of this draft, in my opinion. I'm not going to place bets. I'm just saying there's a lot of really high caliber defensive players in this draft. So I think you're going to see a handful of Hall of Famers. So I think this is going to be very much like for football, the 2007 draft class, which in 2007, there's not a quarterback. That's Jamarcus Russell. That's Brady Quinn. It's a really bad year. But when you look at that year now, it's a very popular year because you have Adrian Peterson, Calvin Johnson, Patrick Willis, Joe Thomas, Darrelle Revis. You've got 5 Hall of Famers, maybe plus, and Marshawn Lynch. It could be 6 in that draft. And I think that's what we're going to see kind of out of this draft for football.
But from a card perspective, how many of those guys actually hold value?
Oh, all 6 of those guys are valuable today. That's what I'm saying is like long term, it's going to be a good set. It's not going to be very good, for Panini trying to sell boxes out of the gate. Correct. That's right. It won't be good. But I also think it's going to be fun for us as collectors because that means you can buy into your team for some breaks. These are the fun years to buy into breaks because the cards are a lot cheaper and maybe you hit a couple of cards. It was just for fun, not trying to flip it. And then down the line, you get a couple Hall of Famers out here and then those cards become, actually pretty valuable.
I think people are sleeping on last year's NBA class. Last year's NBA class is really good.
Dude, really good. I agree 100%.
We both have vested interest in that. You have Jalen Green. I have Evan Mobley. And I think both of them, especially Green, is getting a little slept on. Mobley's going to get the big guy stigma. So, it is what it is. But plus Cade, the Pistons are looking spicy. Like you have those 3 right there. Plus there was a lot of other guys from that class that were pretty good. So, yeah.
No, I agree 100%. It's funny. I was talking in a blog about this a few days ago. I'm like, people are really sleeping on this NBA draft class. It's going to be a really fun class to watch moving forward. It might be, it's actually kind of interesting. We were talking about draft classes in general, kind of over the last decade. 2018 is a really fun one. And then I think this one, out of those 2 and maybe 2019, depending on what happens, they really could be the draft class of the decade, depending on how stuff plays out, of course.
Not disagree.
Panini keeps releasing more crap. None of the cards will be worth anything. I've been on that train for a minute. That's a completely fair take, and I, agree with it. But at the same time, I still want some of these guys.
Ja Morant, future of the NBA.
You mean Ja Morant? You need to put that I in there where it belongs because he ain't gonna do nothing.
Sheesh.
Ja Morant,
a Hall of Famer. Every NBA player is a Hall of Famer, just about.
Oh yeah, Paul George a Hall, just because it's the NBA. He's not a Hall of Famer in the NFL, right? If it was like NFL standards for Hall, even for MLB, he's not Hall of Fame. But in the NBA, he's a Hall of Famer.
I talked about Zion on the weekly sports card market update. His stuff got a little spike. I could see him getting a little trendy here the back half of the summer.
I should have posted
pictures on IG about him being ripped and stuff, and
I have not been as vocal in my takes about Zion as I have been about Ja, but like I can't say as much as I'm against Ja, I'm for Zion, but I am very strongly for Zion. When people talking about him being fat and stuff, I was still like, I like Zion. I think he's just a freak athletically, man. He'll figure it out. Just a young kid. And so I was happy to see those pictures, I guess, that, he's a monster now. And look forward. His style of basketball, when he's really playing, if we think back to the bubble in 2020, it's just so fun to watch. When you have a 4 who is just a mammoth of a man, but can play the point, oh my God, that's so fun to watch.
Yeah. I don't know that I agree with the LaMelo part of this. I'm not a big LaMelo Ball guy.
I agree with LaMelo more than Ja.
LaMelo is not leading a team to an NBA championship. He's an advanced version of Ricky Rubio.
He's a new version of Jason Kidd.
He's nowhere near the defensive player Jason Kidd was.
Yeah, but he will be. He's so
his
long.
His team doesn't even keep him on the floor for like the last 6 minutes of games.
He's so long and athletic. He'll figure it out. I don't know. I like Ja quite God damn it, Ball quite a bit. LaMelo, thank you. I was gonna say Lonzo. I do like Lonzo.
Really good. Tyrese Maxey's really good. I like. He's talking about sleeper rookies. I like my favorite one that no one talks about is Cam Thomas from the Nets. Of like guys that are just like in the bargain bin. Ja Morant is D-Rose 2.0. You're speaking to Dakota with that comment.
Absolutely. Why do you like Cam Thomas, you said? What about him?
He's just got like he kind of reminds me of KPJ to a degree. Like just like a guy that was drafted really late and could fill it up. So like I could easily see him getting opportunity somewhere and dropping 20 for a week. Maybe this is old market think, you know what I mean? Someone breaks out and their stuff goes crazy. I could see him being like a Jordan Poole-ish like player. They go on a hot streak for like a couple months and
hey, you mind telling the chat how right I was about Steph Curry and Poole and the Warriors? Anybody want to know? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I'll be humble about it. I won't say that I was completely right and everybody else was.
You could have sold your pool and bought it back already for way less.
And I would have made $25 for my troubles. Congratulations.
It got real expensive for a hot minute.
He got up to 225, and I was trying to sell him at 225, and he didn't sell. And I bought it 174 or something like that.
I didn't realize you bought high. KPJ to the moon this year. You stole my guy. I was so mad when the Cavs had to get rid of him because he was a head case.
I mean, you shouldn't have moved his freaking locker.
People getting on me about LaMelo. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. People used to get on me about Colin Sexton being better than Darius Garland too, and we all saw how that worked out.
You were saying Garland's better than Sexton?
Yeah, by a mile.
I didn't have a take on that one. So.
I was always team Land over team Sex.
What's going to happen with Sexton? They move in this offseason.
No, I think they keep him. I actually, like, all that being said, I actually want the Cavs to keep Sexton. They kind of need him. Sort of flutters around like a tissue on defense.
I don't understand it because he's so advanced on offense, but I guess Harden was always that way too. He could, and when Harden in his prime, I mean, he was so fun to. I know people don't think he was, but he was so fun to watch on offense. He was just 3 steps ahead of the defense. It was so amazing.
I agree. I mean, Giannis to me Giannis stuff is kind of flooding the market right now. If you're buying a guy on a dip, he's one that I would be watching.
I might have to pick up another Giannis. I picked up a select recently. What did I pick it up in? At a BGS 9.5, I think it was. Yeah.
I was getting a little when I did last week's week in review video. Tatum silvers are like $800 now.
In a 10, I assume. Yeah.
That seems wild.
Tatum's. I know what you're saying and what Stoned is saying. Tatum's not the guy. I've been saying that. I've been on that train, and it's clear now Tatum is not the guy. Jaylen Brown's the dog on that team. It's not Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is the better player, but he does not have the mentality to win championships.
I think his shoulder was pretty jacked up in that final.
Well, if that's true, then I take it back. If that's true, I'll take it back.
Because he was really good up until that point. He was really good against the Heat, and then he went to shit against the Warriors.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I like Jaylen Brown too. Don't get me wrong. I really do like Jaylen Brown, but I think Tatum, he's still only 24 years old.
That is true because I'm a big believer in the 8-year rule in the NBA where players really take about 8 years to really start to hit their pinnacle.
So you saw Giannis hit, he was pretty far in. I don't know. Sexton is not going to be out of the league in 2 to 3 years. Listen,
no,
I'm not I agree. Garland is way better than Sexton, but Sexton's still a perfectly fine NBA player.
Yeah,
he's not an all-star. He is going to get you 20 a game. He's not going to do a whole lot else, but you need guys like that.
Yeah, your Oklahoma City,
Lou Williams 2.0.
Your Washingtons, they'll be happy to pay him a lot of money to pretend to be a superstar and then get a lottery pick.
This is actually a pretty good comment. Tatum is basically Paul George with the Pacers. Great, but can't get the job done. I could see that comp. That's a pretty good comp.
Yeah. So that means what I said was right then.
I'm not ignoring the hockey talk in chat. You guys are just speaking another language.
We don't do the hockey. We don't know the hockey. You guys know that.
Yeah. Ant-Man is the one guy that I might have been wrong about. And I've been wrong about plenty of guys, but Ant-Man really showed me something this past season. He is the rookie from that 2020 class that impressed me the most last year, like with that playoff run and stuff. I know that they kind of filtered out there against the Grizzlies, but he showed me a little something last year. Or you have any hot takes on Anthony Edwards?
No, I think I honestly, tested this comment spot on. You're just spot on. I don't prospect enough in basketball. I wish I do. I'd have a little bit more LaMelo, and I probably have a little bit of Ant in too. But he really does. Ant really seems special. And, maybe if we talk about top 3, like leading the league in the next decade, he could be one of the 3. And I loved him in the Hustle movie. He was awesome. So
why are Curry's prices going down? We see this literally every single time. We saw it with Giannis. We saw it with LeBron. The guys win the championship and people flood the market with their stuff. And there's not enough. It's a simple supply and demand thing. It really comes down to that. Brady's the only one to break this mold, but that was because he won his 6th, which is like a whole different thing. But
I think in my opinion, not being an expert in anything, but I think that the reason Brady's jumped is because people were like, oh, what are we doing? This guy's the clear GOAT. You know, I mean, you said it's a 6, but I think it's maybe a little bit different or a little bit, off that. It's like, oh, he's the clear GOAT. And it was his 7th. It was his 7th when it jumped, right? It was his 7th. It's when he won in Tampa. I don't think it was his 6th. It was when it jumped. But anyway, I just think that it was kind of.
It's not that it jumped. It's that after he won the Super Bowl, it didn't go down.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not saying it like went up a level. It just stayed where it was, which
but like
that alone is breaking the pattern.
Yeah, but because like going into that Super Bowl, like let's just say for 5 years before, his cards were like at this level, and then the week before the Super Bowl, it jumped like 3x, and then like to your point, it didn't come. It just stayed there because people were like, "What are we doing? We should have been paying these were bargain prices for." It just took the market a little while to figure that out, and I guess because it's football, I don't know.
Now, since then, it has come down. I mean, but most stuff has.
Well, yeah, just with the market. It's moved with the market.
We're going to disagree hard on this one, Hobby Champs. I'll take Edwards over Mello any day of the week and twice on Sundays.
Ooh, this one I actually don't know. I love both of these guys, and I think you can make. I think you make the argument either way, but right now I would take Ant-Man over Mello. I wouldn't. It would be like half of a metric thing.
LeBron has the ability to win another championship, but the Lakers don't.
Yeah, only if he signs on with the Warriors to play 15 minutes a game. # Curry is the GOAT.
Get out of here.
Go to D Team, the one underneath that. This is interesting. I didn't know this. Why is hockey the only sport that Chrome sells less for than paper? That's really interesting because 2 years ago in baseball, Chrome was selling less than paper, and then a lot of the flippers moved in that market, and then Chrome exploded. That's really interesting. I didn't know that about hockey.
I think it's because there's not a Young Guns is like what everyone wants, and there's not a Chrome version of that product. So I would be curious to see if there was a Chrome Young Guns with refractory Young Guns, if that would smoke paper, which it probably would. But the thing is that everyone wants Young Guns. Like that is the card that everyone wants, and there's only a paper version of it. Barely broke even in a crashing market. You're always better, regardless of the thing, you're almost always better off to sell about a week before the event. Just to play it safe. Curry is definitely the GOAT of shooting. SGC long-term or PSA? I think we've discussed this earlier. PSA, not even close. I am actually, I don't mind DeAndre Hunter. He intrigues me. I don't know that he's ever going to be a superstar in the NBA. I think could be a very good NBA player. 3-and-D wing. He keeps getting derailed by injuries, though. What's up, Steve?
Yeah. DeAndre Hunter's a type of guy I look at, and I'm just like, some team's going to get lucky to catch him in his prime and win 3 championships because of it. He's not going to be their alpha.
Like the third wheel.
Yeah, like he's going to be.
He's not a Batman. He's not a Robin. He's like Batgirl. He shows up like every a couple times a season.
Yeah, he's going to be the Andre Iguodala. You know, what I mean, it's just like he's there, and it's just what he brings to the team is so valuable in that 4th role.
Yeah, if he could put it together, for sure. I remember when people gave me shit about not liking Cam Reddish on that team.
I mean, whatever. Upper Deck OPC Platinum is their Chrome.
Yeah, but everyone wants, once again, high pop, low pop. You got to remember the supply and demand side. I think so. When it comes to Edwards and Mello, I know, Mello has the social media thing and all the ball nonsense, but Edwards is just a flashier player. Edwards has a way better personality. He's one of the best interviews in the NBA. He has insane dunks and insane on-court showmanship, and that stuff matters.
I mean, if we're talking about long term, it's going to be about wins because showmanship only took AI so far. When's the last time someone bought an AI card? Am I right?
Yeah, but I mean, let's be honest. Most of these guys long term are all going to 0.
Yeah, but that's my argument a lot of the time. Like that's why my whole argument against Morant is exactly what Neo just said. Long term, all these guys go to 0 except like 3. That's my whole argument against Morant. It's not that he's not a phenomenal player. It's that if he's going to continue to play this style of basketball at that size, at that position, he's not going to be one of those 3 guys. That's my whole argument. That said, D-Team, I like the comment. I believe that about Melo as well. I do think he's a phenomenal student in the game. You see that on offense. I think that I underestimated how good Edwards is at studying the game and getting better too. So that's why I think Edwards, Melo, it could be a toss-up. I'm leaning Edwards right now.
I ran a poll. Edwards or Melo?
Oh, I'm going to go vote. I just said Edwards, so I got to vote Edwards.
I don't know how this works.
9 votes, and only one of them is for LaMelo.
Do you guys think Iguodala is a Hall of Famer? Once again, every player in the NBA with a pulse gets in the NBA Hall of Fame. So sure, maybe.
Even if we were thinking like MLB standards, Iggy's a Hall of Famer, in my opinion.
Is he?
He's pretty
MLB standards?
Pretty crucial to those Warriors teams. And then before the Warriors teams, he was his own superstar in Philly. So yeah, I think he's
I guess. I'd have to look to see where he ranked on career stuff. Edwards is winning by 76% at the moment.
Swaggy Ray wants to keep getting into this. Lillard is greater than Curry. Only in making shots that don't matter.
Yeah. Here's a good one from Inglorious. Which NFL team's being most slept on? I'll let you take this one because you've been following that way closer than I have.
If you're talking about betting lines, the Texans, bet the shit out of the Texans.
Here comes the pump and dump Texans. This is going to be Baker Mayfield.
It's not that. It's that everyone has the Texans as the worst team in the league, like freaking 4.5 wins or something. The Texans will win 6 to 8 games. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying playoffs. I'm saying they'll win 6 to 8, and you're seeing lines at 4.5 and 5. I'm all over that for the Texans. Now, across the league, this is a really great question. I think the Raiders maybe, but that division is so tough. I really think if you're looking for an underdog, it has to come out of the NFC because the AFC is so stacked. In my NFC underdog, let me go through teams, man. Maybe the Cardinals. It's not
Kyler could ever put a full season together.
It's not coming out of the North. The East, if you're going to bet a team to be an underdog out of the East, the Eagles or the Cowboys, I guess makes sense. I still would take the Cardinals out of those two. Yeah, I would say the Cardinals. Yeah, just deep sleeper, I'm going to go Raiders. Raiders are my sleeper pick.
I get what you're saying. I just feel like the Devontae Adams trade takes them off the sleeper market.
I mean, I don't know what I'm going to check the line real fast.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
Betting line for
you want to win the AFC or just make the AFC championship game?
Raiders.
I feel like just to make the AFC championship game is probably a better conversation than winning the AFC.
What'd you say?
All in on the Raiders. Global Sports Card Investor stopping by. We talked about Zion a little bit ago, Global. It's hard to buy Zion. He's not in anyone's showcase. People are so underwater on him, they can't put him out to sell.
Oh, that's interesting.
Someone in chat said Colts with Matty Ice. I know you're big on Matty Ice.
I didn't realize if they're considered underdogs, I'd be huge on that fucking train. I didn't know they were considered because I'm assuming they're favored to win the division. If that's not true, then bet the shit out of the Colts. If their line is at 9, I would bet the Colts.
Are based off of just name value.
Matty Ice with the Colts is going to be phenomenal. Imagine if Phillip Rivers didn't throw the ball like he was throwing a duck. That's what Matty Ice brings to you. So that's another 10, 11 win season for the Colts, I think.
To answer Steve's question here, I saw some Zion, but not a lot of Zion. I was kind of casually looking. I think the window may have already passed to pick up Zion, to be honest, at least at the bottom.
Man, the Eagles line is 9.5. Holy
Jalen Hurts is so buzzy.
The Texans line is 4.5. I would bet look, I'm not saying the Texans are good, guys, but how the hell is the Texans line 4.5 and the Falcons is freaking 5? I mean, the Texans are going to win more games than the Falcons. This is ridiculous.
Dexflow Toy says, hell yeah, the lunatic fringe guy's back.
What's up, Dexflow?
Denver, Russ Wilson. I feel like they're not being slept on.
I don't feel like they're being slept on. Let me see. So Denver right now, their lines. I'm looking at the lines, guys. The Broncos line is 10.
Screen share it if you got it up.
Oh, yeah. Give me a second. I'll get it up. Share screen.
Hot take alert. Minshew over Hurts.
Dude, I'm here for it.
I'm here for it too. I do like Hurts kind of, but I think Minshew's an interesting buy.
So here's where's the Broncos is here at 10. You got the Cowboys at 10, Eagles 9.5, Colts at 10. So I don't think any of these teams are slept on. We want to talk about slept on. I think we kind of got to go 9 through 7 in here. Giants, Steelers. What'd you say?
The Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins at 9 is interesting, but that's also a team that could break either way. So I don't want to say they're slept on, but the Raiders at 8.5. That would be my pick. That's the one I'm like, I could see them at 10 or 11.
I don't want to get crazy here, but like their situation last year was an absolute disaster. What about the Jaguars?
So the Jags, they have it like 6.5, which honestly is quite a bit because, I mean, how many games did they win?
They were just a mess last year. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like addition by subtraction there with the coach situation.
Where did they draft this year? Did they draft 5th? No, they drafted 2nd. So they won. Yeah. They were worse than the Texans this year. And they're going to say the Texans are going to get worse somehow, even though trending up.
Another one to me is that I keep saying this. I think the Jets could be spicy.
The Jets that's a really interesting play. I like that. So the Jets, if you're betting the over on the Jets, you're betting on Zach Wilson as an actual quarterback. And you may have that opinion. I don't have that opinion, so I would bet, the under or stay away from the Jets. But, if you think Zach Wilson really is, and look, I'm not a fucking quarterback whisperer or anything. My name's up here and everything. Everybody go crazy. But
no, actually it wasn't because my logo was covering it up.
Yeah, all right. But anyway, so I would, if you like him, knock yourself out. The line's at 6.5, low key, not a bad play on the over, in my opinion. Bears 6.5, I like the under. But still, for my sleepers, I think the Raiders 8.5 is the big sleeper play.
Yeah, some people were saying the Steelers.
I shouldn't say that. Maybe, that's fair, guys, because you're going a 1.5 lower than me. I like that. I like that play, chat. Everyone's saying the Steelers. I like that.
Where are the Browns at right now with the Deshaun Watson?
Nobody has lines on the Browns.
Oh, they're just off the board?
Yeah. There's 31 teams with lines right now.
I don't blame them.
I don't know why. I have no idea why, but
I don't know why that would be.
Because they either may have Deshaun Watson starting or Baker Mayfield or Jacoby Brissett.
Let's assume Watson's out for the season. Where are you setting their over-under total?
Well, so if it actually matters, then who's starting, Baker or Brissett?
No, it's not. It came out today. Baker's done.
No, Baker. He left a door open. He said if they come to me, we'll talk about it.
I don't think he's coming back.
If Baker starts, it's not going to be pretty because I don't think he wants to play for them. I think maybe 7 would be my over-under. For Brissett, I would put 8.5. Brissett's a capable backup.
Nick Chubb's going to get 1 trillion carries this year.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? You're not going to re-sign him after this year, or you're probably going to have to cut him, So, just run him into the ground.
No, I don't think they'll have to cut him. They just signed him. He got a contract extension last year.
No, your cap next year because of this Deshaun Watson thing. Let's look at this. Browns.
Yeah, but I thought, when did the look at that browser history? God damn.
What?
I just OnlyFans was popping up, all kinds of stuff.
Got to be careful, man. So if we go to the Browns salary cap situation next year is like the worst I've ever seen.
When does the new cap kick in though with the new TV revenue?
Well, it's already kicked in, but it usually goes up every year. But right now, as the cap,
there was a big bump coming because there's a new TV contract coming.
I think that already. I thought that was this year.
No, it hasn't happened yet. There's a new TV contract coming. That's what a lot of teams are banking on.
Is that not this year?
No, not in there yet.
What the hell just happened? Oh, I want to go over the cap.
Onlyfans.com/Paul.
So 2023. So as it sits, you all have 256 million in cap liabilities, and you're 32 million over the cap. And the thing is, you don't have easy cuts. You cut Conklin, and you don't save any money, right? So here's your dead cap and your actual cap number. So Chubb was one of the few cuts you actually could cut to make money. You're probably going to have to cut Amari Cooper to say 14 million. It's going to be one hell of of a GM and front office move for the Browns to get under the cap without cutting, real players. He's looking up something else, guys.
I was looking at when the media rights kick in.
So Chad asked me who's my strongest under. My strongest under, the Packers at 11. Well,
I'm with you on that one.
I'm going to the Packers. I'd hit the under on the Packers. 11 is too damn high for the Packers.
Is the 49ers way too high just based off the unknown of Trey Lance?
If Garoppolo starts, that's a 10-win team, man.
He's not, though. It's Trey Lance. He's
okay. Well, when week 1 rolls around, you can tell me that. But until week 1 rolls around, because you have John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, 2 guys that want to win.
Yeah, don't forget Baker's coming off the books.
I'm not forgetting. I'm looking at freaking over the cap. He's not on here.
Oh, he's not listed on there?
No, he's not on it for 2023. He's not. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Chubb just signed a new deal, so he's not up.
You all can keep telling me he's not up to get cut. I'm telling you, the Browns are $32 million over the cap, and they literally only have 4 players they can cut to save money.
Assuming he doesn't get hurt or anything crazy happens, they're not going to cut like the best running back in football.
They have been signing horrible contracts. I mean, Clowney, you can't cut Clowney. I mean, look at all these contracts. They're in the negative in all these contracts. Amari Cooper, they can cut to save $8 million. Chubb, they can cut to save $4 million. The rest of these up here, they're literally negative. If they cut, they can't cut anybody. And now we're talking about under $1 million. They can't cut anybody. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I'm telling you, their salary cap situation is awful. I'm telling you, if they keep Chubb and Cooper, people need to do case studies on how the hell they did it. Because, I mean, they're going to have to do something with Myles Garrett number and Deshaun Watson's number. That's what they're going to have to do.
Bush League saying Watson's big money he didn't think kicked in until the 3rd year.
No,
I don't remember how that was structured.
No, it kicks in next year. His cap hit this year is $8 million. His cap next year is $55 million, and it stays that way through the end of his contract.
No, Hunt didn't get an extension yet. They signed Chubb, not Hunt, to an extension. Hunt wants an extension.
Yeah, they're in talks with Hunt right now.
Yeah. Tom saying Chubb is not even top 3 running backs in football. I'll leave this one up to you as a non-neutral party. Chubb is really good.
I mean, you would have Taylor up there. It's hard for me to imagine really not having Chubb up there. Chubb, Taylor, Aaron Jones, those are guys that come right off my mind. Like, you can say McCaffrey or Barkley, but those guys are injury prone.
Yeah, you're not. I mean, Barkley hasn't been healthy in like 2 years.
I think after this year, there might be an argument for Javonte Williams to be in that argument, Najee Harris. But I think going into this season, I think you could say Chubb's a top 3. I may be leaving someone off, just not catching them in my head. But
Derrick Henry. But
yeah, Henry's the clear number 1, and then Jonathan.
I put Taylor over Henry now.
No, I wouldn't put Taylor over Henry. You got to show it to me more than that.
So worst case, he's top 4.
Yeah, I mean, he's a top running back in the game. I mean,
he's insanely good. He is so good.
I mean, they've also really benefited. Stefanski runs like, just a really
Zeke
good offensive team.
Zeke is washed.
Zeke
we forgot
is
about
washed.
Henry. You could hit us on that one. We definitely forgot about Henry. Zeke is washed.
Oh, I don't want to say forget. I was going through it. All right, I go one team at a time. I got to go through that in my head. So
Alvin Kamara that's 2 years ago, not this year.
Mixon, I don't mind, but I would still take Chubb over Mixon. I like Mixon quite a bit.
He's a fine running back. He's not on Chubb's level.
Yeah, I agree. But I think Najee Harris, Aaron Jones, Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, and Nick Chubb. I think that's kind of your top tier.
Yeah, but we're talking. I mean, yeah, if you're talking fantasy football versus real life football, I mean, we're talking about 2 different things. I mean, 27's old for a running back. Look at Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley was the best running back in the league for 3 years, and then he just was like.
Oh, he had arthritis. That one was wild. And this
is how many running backs go from here to there. Like,
Well, it's usually at 30. It's odd that it happened so early. And Zeke's another one that's so odd. He lost his explosiveness. I don't know what he put on weight, but I mean, last year he looked phenomenal. He was in Hard Knocks. I was like, oh man, Zeke's back, baby. But he wasn't. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, he's just not there now. Austin Eckler is certainly a running back people that has slept on because he's less of a traditional back, but Austin Eckler really is amazing.
Eckler's a better fantasy player than a real life football player.
No. Well, I mean, no, I don't know. If he's a top 8 running back in fantasy, he's probably a top 8 running back in the league. I mean, again, he's just not a traditional running back, but he's kind of a catch-all back.
Yeah, I'm not believing that. Saquon from a fantasy perspective is interesting, depending on where you could draft him if you want to have that conversation. I don't know that I would put him anywhere near the top in regards to like actual football.
Oh, well, one, I did buy some Saquon because it was dirt cheap and whatever. I like football. But Tom Bullard with DeAndre Swift, low key, DeAndre Swift, I love that guy, man. I really like DeAndre Swift. That guy is a phenomenal running back, and he could be the one to really stake a claim and say, I'm the best in the league.
A.J. Dillon is intriguing. I do like him.
He's really good too, yeah. Rashad Penny, get out of here, Tom. Were you top 3 into last year, winning the last game of the season? What are we talking about here? Take my screen off, please.
Yeah, I got you.
Put us back on the duel.
You have to, actually, I think.
Oh, do I? No. Oh, I can just hit stop screen.
Yeah, you just hit stop screen. I got you. I don't remember how this thing works. I don't usually.
You can just hit the dual button where it just goes back to us. But yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, running backs, and then there's still Dalvin Cook too. We haven't even mentioned Dalvin Cook.
Oh yeah. Dalvin Cook's another one that we slept on.
And
Joe's the best runner in football in the NFL. He may not be the biggest or the fastest, but he is the best. Yeah, like this is kind of what the angle that I'm going for on this.
Yeah, I really like DeAndre Swift. Swift is one that I would like to pick up a little bit more of going into the season. And again, I do think the Lions are slept on a little bit. They're going to be on Hard Knocks. It might be a good time to pick up Swift. You might be able to move it. But I just like him too. I mean, he's just a great running back.
Sam with the biased LaMelo pick because she's from North Carolina. What's going on, Sam? I was just talking to Sam the other day to get Charlotte food recommendations. Your city showed out well. I enjoyed Charlotte, Sam.
James Conner, J.K. Dobbins. Who's the... I got to go through different teams, man. Buffalo needs a running back. Buffalo needs to get one of these guys. Maybe they can sign Kareem Hunt, man. Oh, shit. Kareem Hunt in Buffalo would be amazing.
This is more of a you question because I don't really buy anything that's not a quarterback when it comes to football. But best non-QB, I guess let's define invest. You're going to buy them now and flip them very early into the season at the latest.
Well, I don't know if that's what invest means, but if invest means you're going to flip early in the season,
gets thrown around. Really, we just mean flip.
Yeah, if that's what it means, if it means flip, sell early in the season, then honestly, DeAndre Swift, he's been a guy I've been thinking about. That's a guy that I like quite a bit. Again, he's going to be on Hard Knocks. I think the Lions could come strong out of the gate. And I know this sounds like a homer play, but Davis Mills, when I look at the data, when I look at the numbers, I don't understand how Davis Mills Silver sells for $40 when Trey Lance sells for $100. Davis Mills, if you go look at how these young quarterbacks finish the years, the last like 4 to 5 games, Davis Mills, you could make an argument, was the best quarterback. On the NFL Network, they keep showing this game. I forget what week it is, maybe week 15, and it's the Patriots versus the Texans. And they keep showing it because it's a highlight of Mac Jones. Like, that's what it is. It's like a rookie spotlight on Mac Jones. Davis Mills beats the living shit out of Mac Jones on that day. The Patriots end up winning, narrowly, but if you look at the stat lines, Davis Mills outperformed Mac Jones by a mile. I really think Davis Mills is probably the best play right now going into the season. That's it. I mean, they're not going to win. You're banking on them looking good in the preseason, maybe winning a game or two out of the gate and then selling. Other than that, if you look at the bigger teams, I think Lamar Jackson maybe is a good play. If we're talking about towards the end of the season, maybe looking to sell Lamar Jackson, I kind of like. And down the road, then I'd be looking at guys that I think that are going to be Hall of Famers, either wide receiver or a defensive back. I mean, sorry, defense, not defensive back, but defense. Oh, Gabe Davis by Tom Bullard. Gabe Davis. Y'all know, well, anyone back from the SCI Discord days know I love me some Gabe Davis. And Gabe Davis, if his prices have come down, yeah, hell of a play right there. Go check out Gabe Davis.
No Laviska Chenault.
No Laviska. I miss you, AF alum. I don't know where you're at, brother, but I miss you.
Oh, goodness.
Flea Market says, Lowell Dakota, Trey was a top 3 pick. That's why. Yeah, but he's also a top 3 bust. So.
Ooh, shots fired. So we'll kind of wrap here soon. You already went longer than you wanted to go. When are you coming back? What's going on? When we got that highly edited video making all of us schmucks look bad that just want to throw some shit up on YouTube, and you're coming out looking like Martin Scorsese. Like what's the content plan here?
I don't know, guys.
Or what?
Yeah, no, I'll be real with everybody. I mean, the one thing I know we're gonna get back to is Friday Night Lives. The only reason we're not back to that yet is because I have a family vacation in the middle of July and then another one in early August, and I don't want to come back for like 2 weeks and then be off for 2 weeks. So look for me late July to mid August to be back with Friday Night Lives for good. And then other than that, I've really been thinking about how to do better content. I do my mail day videos and I've been trying to think of better ways to do that. But I think maybe less content, more highly edited, more professional content might be my role moving forward. Plus the live streams, my live streams just being my kind of fun, interaction with everybody.
Did you miss it at all? Like, was it weird just going kind of cold turkey for the most part?
Oh no, I freaking love it. I picked up cooking and I picked up running. I'm going to run a half marathon in September. I have been cooking my ass off. I actually am pretty good at that, it turns out.
When's the cooking spinoff channel come out?
Yeah, probably sooner rather than later. I was telling Nino before this, I got a second camera for different reasons, but I was like, I need to start, filming the cooking because I'm killing it on that stuff. So yeah.
You're like Emerald Lagasse up here, bam, throwing out spices and shit and stuff.
Yeah, man, we just roll it off like that, and it's just boom, right in the pan. It's
drinking
so
and cooking with Dakota or something.
Yeah, drinks, drinks and dinner with Dak, something like that.
Thursday Night Live or whatever night you got to do that on.
Yeah, Steve says running's the best thing. I've always loved running. I was really obese growing up, and then I ran to get to lose the obese, and since the baby and the move, I had put more weight on. I've been trying to take it off, and so yeah. But I've been running, I don't know, an hour every day or so. So yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, Sean says distance running barf. Yeah, it's not for everybody. That's for damn sure.
So you got nothing on the content schedule then coming up, unless just something kind of strikes you, lightning strikes.
Nah, once I get about
feel spicy about something.
Yeah, I've been buying a lot of cars. eBay Bucks is live right now, so I've been buying stuff. And once I get about 20 cars or so, I'll probably do a mail day, and that could be 1 week, could be 3 weeks. I don't really know.
Dining with Dak writes itself, says Tom Bullard.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, man. Dining with Dak, have a little bit of cognac, a cigar, but I can't smoke that inside.
You just have it hanging out of your mouth or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless it was a grill menu item, and you're cooking on the grill.
Yeah, if I'm cooking on that's true. Yeah, we cook on the grill. Yeah, that's a good time. I got to worry about lighting then. It's a lot more difficult, but yeah.
Yeah, I could see the cooking show coming out. That would be an interesting one there.
Chris says, ran my first couple half marathons. Good luck. Can't imagine running that Houston summer heat. So I started losing weight when I was 16, I weighed like 225. And then that summer, I think it was 17. I don't remember now, but that summer my dad was like, get off your ass. You're going to come run with me. And so that summer I just, freaking 10 o'clock to noon is when we would run every day, not for those 2 hours, but I mean, at some point that's when we started. And so I got used to it. And now I run every day. I take a lunch break. I go run. That's my lunch break, is I go run during the heat, and it is miserable. I can promise you that. But also, there's just something that feels right about it.
Yeah, I don't know how you pull that one off. One of my local card dealers that I met won a bronze medal in the Olympics for track.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I see you, Sean, 3x500. Very nice. That's no easy feat, man.
3x. Whew.
In Bush Leaguers Acts, eBay Bucks is still active. So what they do is instead of having it all the time like they used to have it 2%, they'll do deals. And usually when it happens, you have to activate it. And I put this in my community comments every year in my community post anytime I see it. And you have to all you have to do is click on it to activate it. There's no sign up or anything. You just have to click activate. And then for the next usually 3 days or 2.5 days, any purchase after that, you'll get a kickback based on the percentage. And right now it's 5%, which I think is the highest I've ever seen. It's actually pretty great. So I've been trying to spend. I've been sitting on a little bit of money that I didn't know how to spend, but I've been trying to find ways to spend it now since I'm getting 5% back.
Yeah, Clayton Murphy. I couldn't remember his name off the top of my head. Clayton Murphy, U.S. Olympic athlete and local dealer. He's actually training right now for the Olympic trials.
Oh, that's awesome. How old is he? Ish.
30, I think.
Wow,
30.
That's great, man. Good for him.
Yeah, he won a bronze in Tokyo, I believe. He has a YouTube channel. If you go look up Clayton Murphy. But yeah, he sets up at some of my local shows. We met about a year ago at local shows. He actually worked at 101 for a hot minute too. Bush Leagues, if you go bank dishes, triple D, and it says M Perk.
Yeah, I dig it. I did get M Perk. Bush Leaguers, if you go to my channel and then if you go to community, the tab at the top, it'll show my community post. And then usually if you just go to the eBay home screen, it should show it at the top like, hey, eBay Bucks Live, just activate. You should be just a click button. And this one's open till tomorrow evening. So yeah.
Sean knows what's up.
Oh, okay. Awesome. I have to go check it out.
Some really cool stuff in Tokyo, like travel vlogs and stuff when he competed. Yeah, he's pretty big. I don't know how active he still is in cards, but last I checked, he was still pretty big in the cards. He had some pretty nice stuff. Running.
All right, man. This drink's running empty. Thanks so much for having me on. I reached out to Neo, like he said. I wanted to go live, but I didn't want to host. So it was very nice of you to have me on at my behest.
Anytime. I was planning on potentially going live if you're bored. I think Thursday night, if anything spicy happens with NBA free agency. It kicks off at 6 p.m. So, like, if a bunch of stuff happens, I might fire it up. Oh, look at the My Slabs official YouTube channel stopping on by. I don't know if that's Matt running that thing, who's behind the keyboard there, or maybe someone completely different. But
shout out Matt, Ken, or anyone else. Thanks so much. My Slabs, one of the better things that has happened to the community over the last couple of years, in my opinion. I appreciate it.
They got that new. We can't afford that stuff. They got the new Premiere for the super high end.
Yeah, that's not something that is commercial to me, I don't think.
It's not that. I'm excited to meet those guys at the National.
Yeah, yeah. I can't wait to meet them either at the National. Oh wait, shit, I won't be there.
So, there, Dexflow. Why did my account get blocked? What did you not pay for, Dexflow? What did
who did you screw, Dexflow?
Did you not update shipping in time? Tisk.
All right. Well, yeah. Let me know. I may be able to do Thursday. We'll see. It all depends. Life's a baby.
It just depends. I don't know if like a bunch of cool stuff happens. It's worth getting on and shooting the shit about. I might fire it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Has YouTube always had an insert ad during a live stream button? Is that new?
That's definitely new. I have not seen that.
We're gonna try. I have no idea what's gonna happen. Chat. Smash the like button.
Okay, I'm gonna leave while he inserts an ad. Thanks, everybody.
I have no idea. I don't even know if it did anything. So, all right, chat.
It's already there. Well, I'm watching it over here. I don't. Nope, it's not. It's not doing anything.
Okay, I don't know what it did.
I have YouTube Premium. So it's not going to show me a commercial.
Oh, all right. Well, whatever. Peace, everybody.
All right, bye.